Hello Aquarius, my name is TJ.
And I'm Destiny.
We are Divine Duality Tarot. Welcome back. We are going to do a general love reading for the month of November 2022.
And just a reminder that this is a general love reading. So, that being said, this may not resonate with you in your specific situation. And if you are cross-watching, I can guarantee you that it's probably not going to resonate with you at all because it's not for your sign. It is for your partner's sign. So if you're cross-watching and you want to know about what's going on with you and your sign, find that on the channel and we will link them down below.
All right. Today we are going to do once again, Aquarius, this is a love reading. We're going to do a past, present, and future. We'll start with Aquarius over here, and whoever this interest is over here, and then right in the middle, we'll do the bridging energy. So your energy, their energy, the mutual point.
Yep.
And then when that's done, when we have that laid out for you, we will throw a little bit of advice at the bottom at the end of the video.
That was an accident. What is the present feeling?
So we got two fast ones.
We try to get one card to come out, but sometimes the universe is like, nope, we need more than that. What is the future?
Always go into everything with a goal.
Yes.
It's a lot of talking this time. Are you doing the sign or
No, this
the mutual?
is the mutual.
Okay.
Okay. Jesus. That's still with the top. Okay, what is the present situation?
Aquarius, it seems like we are going to have a lot to go over today.
Yeah. What is the present situation? Or the future situation? What is the future situation? What is the future situation? What is the past for your partner? What is the past for your partner? Okay, what is the present energy for your partner? What is the present energy for your partner? What is the present energy for your partner? Present. What is the future energy for your partner? What is the future energy for your partner? Upside down. Okay.
Yep, we got a lot to go over.
So, with the bottom of the deck, it's the story behind the entire reading. And that means that you need to take a moment and look at yourself and go within on yourself and hermit. If you've ever seen a hermit crab, they literally stay inside their shell the entire time. They maybe come out 1 or 2 times. So you just want to come out and, fix some things, find yourself and go within yourself to find answers for things, take a break for yourself and to re-find your soul and to get justice and to have balance.
Also, now that we have this laid out, if there's anything here that we don't quite, I don't want to say we don't understand, but something is just a little too vague, something way too overarching, we do have a second deck here that we use for clarifying. Just throwing that out there. So, do you want to do our Aquarius and I'll be the devil's advocate here?
Sure.
All right. So
Okay.
what's there? What do we got?
We have the 7 of Wands, and 7 is a you have a lot of defensiveness. So you're like defending off everything. So something this is your past. So you were very defensive and had a lot of boundaries that were set in your past relationships. And that's something that it may have been a turmoil that had caused things to go wrong in your relationship, or maybe it helped you. But
sometimes that defensiveness can help you see things that, going into it, blind. Probably not the best word for it, but sometimes if you have a good grounded view of what you don't want, you can see the things you do want.
Correct.
So, are we going to do all that? Okay. So for your partner, for your interest, whoever this person is that we're watching this for, the first one that came up is the Page of Swords. Now, the Page of Swords is enthusiasm, eagerness, excitement. Page of Swords. And then the other one was the Ace of Wands. Now, the Ace of Wands is inspiration, creativity. So what I'm thinking is, you had the defensiveness, going into it. They were excited, and maybe they were being creative with the ways that they were trying to.
And especially being creative and inspirational in a new way, because aces are new beginnings.
So they came into this new beginning probably with a whole bunch of fresh emotion, fresh ideas, and maybe that push, maybe that bold move that they did is kind of what got into you, kind of how they snuck into your heart, for lack of a better term.
Yeah, I mean, your guys' energy together is kind of, like, in the beginning is kind of good. You have the Fool, which is, like, chances and new beginnings. So maybe you're taking a chance on being together and then having that newfound love and, like, going forth and trusting your intuition on that.
You took a chance.
You did.
You went into it defensive.
Yeah, I mean, and then you have the High Priestess with your guys' energy together, and the High Priestess is intuition. So you are doing a new beginning and taking a chance because of your intuitions, like reiterating the facts. Like, the Fool is intuition and new chances and new beginnings and taking that leap of faith into something else. And then we have the King of Pentacles, and that is to have, like in wealth. You have a lot of wealth.
Mm-hmm.
You are good with that. So maybe you went into it with a new beginning and your intuition to have a good, heartly, wealthy relationship.
Could also, I'm seeing this, and this is very similar, kind of in that same line. Going into it for a hearty relationship, was some of this. It's kind of making me think that this relationship was also based on two not so stable people, probably with wealth. The King of Pentacles is the main reason why I'm coming up with that. Is maybe it was you saw some wealth in the other person,
and to play along with that, with the, like, maybe you guys aren't stable together, like apart, but you're stable together because you have a lot of defensiveness and you have a lot of, and your partner interest has a lot of eagerness, and those things counteract each other and they balance each other out. So
most of the time.
Most of the time, but sometimes they may not, but most of the time they counteract each other and they help build on one another. So you being defensive is also kind of nice, because now you have somebody else from a different perspective showing you different ways to live life, Yeah,
I mean, doing that, and definitely basing, the beginning of the relationship, financial stability was definitely part of it. Like, you can't stress it enough. A king is a very powerful, a king is a very powerful message to be sent.
Yeah.
What do we got there present?
And with your present right now, you have the Nine of Swords, which is anxiety and worry. So you're worried about something. Maybe you're worried that you're not giving enough, because the Six of Pentacles is generosity. So if you're worried and anxious that you're not giving enough, don't be, because you give in your own way, and if they don't like it, there's the door. Like, they can either support you and help you through your worry and anxiety, or they can just go. There's the door. I mean, you can't expect everyone to be okay with having their anxiety. Like, it's not something that is easy to work with.
And that anxiety, from what I'm seeing here, sometimes in these readings, sometimes I don't want to sound too bold, but sometimes Aquarius, you're the one bringing the issue into it. In this case, this interest is not being healthy. So we have the Seven of Cups, which is dreaming, a lot of man, it could be's, in their head. It's got them thinking outside where they should be, not on you. Mm-hmm. And then you have the Emperor. And the Emperor is one of those cards, it's a very bipolar message. It's bold moods, power,
very authoritative.
Very authoritative. So you have somebody who's dreaming, somebody who has an authoritative kind of mentality, taking charge. And this is the one that got me, the Page of Wands, which is impulsiveness. They don't know what they want, but they're being aggressive about it. Or they know what they want.
They just don't want
to. They're
let it
just
out.
Not being clear about it.
Yep.
So you have clarity in their mind, but just because their clarity in their mind is clear, they're still projecting a lot of, blah, 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 blah. Dracula stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have an individual here in November. You have an individual, whoever this interest is, whatever we're looking into here, this person, they are powering their way into this relationship, into this phase of the relationship.
Yeah, and your guys' mutual between you is that you need to have an honest conversation so that you can have clarity in your relationship, so that you're able to fix the things that are going on between you, because you guys are in a situation where you are trapped and restricted because you don't know what's going on with your partner, and they don't really understand what's going on with you. And that brings me back to the Hermit. You guys need to be able to have honest conversations, to have clarity, but you also need to be able to be inside yourselves to find the answers before you can have those conversations. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune, which is the completion of the cycle that you guys are going through, the constant cycle of not the worry and anxiety, to then the confusion and the dreaming and the authority of not knowing what the fuck you want, to then having that restriction and feeling trapped. You guys are ending that cycle now and having a new phase begin. And
this is right here, the Eight of Swords. This right here is probably the biggest indicator of what's going on. This relationship is locked right now. This relationship is trapped. It's unable to go anywhere. It's got you in a mess. They don't know what's going on. But
if you actually sit down and have the honest conversations to get the clarity that you guys need, the trapped feeling and the restriction will then subside, and you will have that new cycle. The completion of that old cycle is going to happen, and you're going to have a bit of a better life together.
Or at least a more clear life.
Yeah, you guys are gonna know what your answers are, because you're both gonna find yourselves to get justice, to then have your balance. And then you're gonna have that renewed passion, to have the new love and new beginning.
You know, I'm seeing something here, and this may actually kind of, it plays into the energy that she had talked about earlier and what I had talked about earlier. This person is powerful. They want the world.
Mm-hmm.
You want stability and you're unclear. Have you been having conversations with this person and they're just not listening?
And which is why you're feeling trapped.
These are very polar cards.
Mm-hmm.
You have conversation, and then you have the world, and the world normally is the Wheel of Fortune is, you know, new phase. So they're pushing something new, and you don't like it, and you're trapped. Like, straight up, this person is showing a lot of force in November.
And it's kind of making you feel that anxiety and worry. And
I mean, who wouldn't?
Right, who wouldn't feel that? But yeah, that is one of the reasons why you both are feeling trapped, is because you want to have the honest conversations and they want to complete the cycle and go on to something new, and you're not quite there yet.
Or if you're having conversation, they're just not listening to you.
Right. But that brings us to the future of you and your relationship and your partner, and you have strength. Strength is pretty self-explanatory. You have the confidence in your actions. You're sharing your heart. You're showing your vulnerability. You're making sure that you are strong to be able to have the Two of Wands, which is like you're planning for the future. So you're having the strength in you, and to hopefully be in your relationship, which again brings me back to the Hermit, which means you need to go into yourself and find yourself to then be able to project that onto others, because you are confident, you are happy, confident, strong, and then you get your happy future planning. You know, you're planning for yourself and your future. What?
It didn't make sense.
It might have been put down wrong.
But
in the wrong order, potentially?
It happens, or it came out in the right order, and
just didn't make sense. That's fine.
The end was before the beginning.
Yeah.
So the future of this significant other, I think I might have to clarify this, but let me show you what we got first. So we have the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands is overwhelm, drama, promiscuity, but I don't think promiscuity really has too much to do
I'm feeling more of the drama and the overwhelmingness of the drama.
But then we have the Six of Wands, which is victory, a power couple. This is a very powerful card in a loving relationship, in a friendship, anything.
Yeah.
And then you have the Knight of Cups, which is acting on feeling, but slowing it down, tone it back, pull the throttle back a little bit. So just on the surface, I don't know about you, but what I'm seeing is this person is going to be fighting their overwhelm mentality. They're fighting all of this. The conversation and your strength may bring them out of this overwhelming power fantasy that they're having right now.
Yeah.
And that leads them to pushing for what really matters, which is becoming a power couple, which is victory. Everybody wants victory. Everybody wants their happy ending.
Yeah.
So getting through November, this is a goal that can be achieved if and should it come down to them taking, like I said, throttling it back a little bit. All right?
Yeah, I pulled a piece of skin by accident.
You stop picking at yourself, it'll be fine.
I'm sorry.
You should be a power couple and stop picking at yourself. Okay, train's derailed.
I'm sorry. I have ADHD, so
When
it's
somebody
fine.
says "ow," you know, draws your attention. Everybody's like that. When a kid says "ow," you rush to their aid. But
No,
anyway.
sometimes I laugh at them.
Devious. But acting on feeling instead of, I'm wondering if this issue is more so going to be resolved by letting them work their own crap out.
Again, back to this hermit. Going within yourselves and finding your truth and finding yourself and making sure that you are taking care of yourself above all. Unless you have kids.
Yeah, then you
can't. But with your guys' mutual energy, I'm feeling that the honest conversation and you guys going within yourself to fix this problem that you have going on, to find balance and stuff, is going to help, because the Three of Wands is to expand and grow. You are going to grow and expand together and have that final outcome and happiness and everything that you guys are willing to, put into it. And I tell him all the time, relationships are 50-50. You can't go into a relationship and expect them to do 90% of the things and you only do 10%.
You tell me that all the time?
Not about our relationship, but with others. But with other relationships. I'm not saying
always,
us.
Always,
but
every relationship.
It doesn't matter if it's a friendship or if it's a relationship or if it's a child's, you and your child. You need to be able to have a 50% relationship.
Because what I'm thinking here is this person is looking to become more of the boss than the partner, and that's a problem.
And
I'm gonna have to clarify that.
Because with your guys' mutual energy, you guys have the manifestation and new romance, which I feel is a good thing, because I feel like you guys are gonna rekindle everything that you have and you're gonna fix what's going on so that you guys are able to move on from this and have your victory and power coupleness over here.
But that promiscuity, that drama, I need to know a little more.
Promiscuity has anything to do with.
But drama,
this.
overwhelm.
But
the general meaning,
overwhelmingness.
promiscuity is one of them. So give me a little more information on. Thank you. Enough. So.
It's clarifying again.
Yeah, clarifying that Page of Swords, the beginning of the relationship. The Page of Swords, once again, that's enthusiasm, eagerness. And the world, I know I mentioned this before, is a confident learning lesson. You know what? So this person, to get through November, to at least take care of this problem, is going to have to deal with their drama to get their power couple. And they're going to have to learn the hard way, take it slow.
Yeah. I mean, you don't want to be super fast moving when it comes to a relationship unless you are both on the same page.
What you really don't want to do is take it fast when you're in a relationship when there's active problems.
Yeah.
And this authority person is definitely causing their fair share of issues.
But, I mean, if you guys work together and you have your conversations and you get those things out, I feel that you guys are going to be just fine.
And if he's not listening, if she's not listening, if whoever this is not listening to what you're saying, keep on them. Because eventually at some point, they're going to have to stop and be like, oh my gosh, I've heard the same thing 50 times. And maybe it'll sink in. Like, oh wait, maybe I should do the dishes and help out a little bit.
Yeah, maybe I should actually do something around the house, you know?
What we're doing now, though, is getting some advice from our Wizards deck to kind of give how is Aquarius going to get through November of 2022, hopefully on a good note.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think this is the most cards we've ever gotten on an advice train.
I'll tell you what. You take that extra.
Okay.
I'll word these.
So, what we kind of do with this is we just kind of go with what is told. So we have the Eight of Cups, which is to have, like, you're moving on and walking away from whatever funk you guys were going through, and you're getting to that point to where you have the Hierophant, which is your strength. You have strong traditions and habits of, you know,
We get back to the core of the relationship.
yeah, getting back to you and getting back to you guys as a couple.
If you have started kind of straying away from the traditional feelings in your relationship,
Yeah, which again, you're moving on to have your guys' core value back together, to have your balance, to have the Seven of Pentacles, and have that, you know, slow down moment. You're going slower than what you, and that's mainly on your partner's side.
yeah, you're gonna have
Aquarius,
to force it
like,
though.
You're gonna have to be a little bit stronger and make sure that you are communicating and having the High Priestess and using your intuition and you having your feelings and your gut feelings. You need to let out the truth and let them know how you're feeling. To then Six of Swords, which is moving on to the calmer water, moving on to the less of the arguing and the less of the feeling trapped and restricted and the less of the worry and anxiety.
So we're at that point of get rid of your anxiety, use that strength that you have. Aquarius, you have strength. You have strength in November. You have not a clear throat apparently. So going into that train, you have the Knight of Swords, which is truth-seeking, digging for those answers, and not necessarily truth or answers in the traditional sense of, you know, what's your name, what's your number, but more of what is the core value of the relationship? What is the truth of...
What is your balance? What makes you guys balanced?
And what that can lead to, if you find that, is a card, you know, this is one that always gets a bad rep. Death. Death, of course, is not the most...
You don't think that it's a good card, but...
Death is transformation. When one thing dies, when one thing ends, something else begins.
Mm-hmm.
This... I don't know an easy way to say it without it sounding threatening, but whatever this person is right now, that behavior needs to experience death. It needs to end. That way it can transform into something better.
Well, and I think that's where this comes in, where they realize, like, oh shit, I need to slow down.
Because you used your strength to make sure that they know that.
Yeah.
They are still going to have to do it themselves. You can't fix this person. They are hard into their ways, and your conversation hasn't really done anything for them.
Yet. I feel that once you like push them a little bit more and you get them to like realize, oh shit, I'm gonna lose them if I don't fix myself,
then you'll get that lovely Ten of Cups, which is fulfillment,
emotional happiness,
which leads into the Knight of Wands, which is passion. Sometimes it can equate to travel, but I wouldn't chalk this one up to going on a trip. However, it does kind of make me wonder if it's a sign that going into the winter months, people are inside. Sometimes a breath of fresh air is all you need.
Yeah, maybe it's not the travel sense in the physical sense, but maybe it's the traveling of your guys' emotions. Like you're transitioning those passionable emotions between each other, and they're traveling. They're experiencing that movement.
And that movement, I would, in all honesty, I would consider going back. Where did you guys have your first date? You know, do something sentimental, because the Page of Wands is more of a warning. Normally, this is one single long train, but I think that the Page of Wands in this instance, the Page of Wands is impulsiveness. I think this isn't something you should do. This is something that you need to protect yourself from. Impulsiveness can lead to bad things.
Or it's telling you that your happiness and your passion can be impulsive, and that necessarily it's not necessarily a bad thing. You can, like, being impulsive is okay to do if you are doing it in the right way.
And that can be really hard to differentiate.
Yeah.
If you are going to be impulsive, definitely think about the things that are outside of boundaries. And if you're going to be impulsive, I would say go back and do things that were more like the core of your relationship. If there was something you used to do, like go get ice cream on Saturdays, just get out. It's November, it's cold, everybody's indoors. That could be part of their problem, is they're cooped up. I mean, cold weather does the weirdest things to people.
I hate the winter. I hate fall's okay, but wintertime sucks because there's not much you can do, especially if it's 10 degrees outside and there's snow on the ground.
In half the country, we only get 2 weeks of fall anymore.
Right. It's already 40 degrees in the morning, and I don't like it. Living in Ohio is stupid.
Yeah. But Aquarius, not to get too far off topic, Aquarius, you are going to get through November of 2022. You're going to get through it. Just use your strength.
Yeah, be that strong person that you need, and be that strong person that your partner needs.
And above all else, this is the most important thing.
Yeah, the most important thing.
Destiny here, is going to tell everybody this all the time. I listen to it, she listens to it, and that's your high priestess. What is she?
Your intuition, your gut feelings. Go with them. If you don't listen to that feeling in your gut, bad things happen. But the overall thing that goes along with this story and what is going on with you right now is that you guys need to go within yourselves, be a hermit, and make sure you're hiding for a little while so that you can figure out what the hell is going on in your head, to then feel that you are getting your justice in your relationship and having that moment to where you are, resolved and balanced in your own mental state and having a mutual understanding together. And then have a balance, again, that goes along with the mutual understanding, to be balanced and to have that renewed passion for each other so that you can have your new love and your new emotions together.
Let's get through November. Let's get through November unscathed.
We got this. You, Aquarius.
You got this. I'm not an Aquarius.
Aquarius, you have it. You have the strength and the confidence to grow and expand and plan because you are strong.
Yep. You got that strength in November for sure. I don't see anything else here.
Thank you for watching.
And definitely come check us out for December 2022 and see what's going on leading into the new year. I can't believe it that it is already November of 2022. This year's almost
a month
done.
left. Jeez.
But we'll get through it. Aquarius, you'll get through it. Make it work. And thanks for watching. Leave a comment if this resonates with you. Like, subscribe, and just, thanks again for watching.